Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Kenny Gregory with Reality Hoops, and you'll greatly appreciate it for taking the time to click on this video. The purpose of this channel is to get high school and college basketball players the proper tools to maximize their experience on and off the court. Hit the like and subscribe button. Without further ado, let's get to it. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. What's one thing that they have in common outside of their amazing basketball skills? Is their mental toughness, their mentality. And that's what we're really big on here at Reality Hoops. What's your mentality and approach to things you're trying to accomplish? I know for me personally, over the years, I've had countless parents want me to evaluate their son, see what type of basketball prospect they are. Well, I think I throw them off sometimes when I say I want to talk to them first. Instead of going to watch them play and try to figure out, can he go left, can he go right? Is he a good shooter? Is he a bad shooter? Is he a good defender or a bad defender? I'd like to talk to you personally just to see how you view life. Because mentality and mindset are just as important as your skills on the court. So before I would go and watch you play, let's sit down, let's have a talk. Having the right mentality is very important and simple at the same time. What a lot of parents and prospects get wrapped up in is looking too far down the road. You're looking at 2 years, 3 years down the road, earning a scholarship. One of the keys is taking things slow and taking your time. What do we have in front of us today? Is it a history test? Is it a math test? Is it a basketball drill? Let's just focus on that and not worry about our goals and aspirations years down the line. Just focus on the task or the person in front of you and look to beat them. It's just that simple. Nothing more, nothing less. If you can focus on those small short-term goals of just beating the person in front of you at whatever you're competing at and take that on each and every day, it'll make it a lot easier to reach your goals on or off the court. Over the years, I've seen many players that weren't the most talented, weren't the most naturally gifted, but a lot of those guys went on and earned scholarships, and some have even went on to make money playing professionally because they have the correct mentality. And a lot of times, that's just half the battle. You ever watch a college game, a high school game, or even a professional game and wonder, how is that guy playing at this level and he doesn't have all the physical gifts? More than likely, he has the correct mental toughness and the correct mentality to fight these challenges. Take, for example, in the NBA currently, a PJ Tucker, a Draymond Green. They weren't your prototypical athletic specimens, but they found their niche. And if one thing, you could point out their flaws all you want in certain aspects of their game, but if nothing else, they are tough. They play hard and they know the game. And that's why it goes back to having a correct mentality, because that's how you can overcome some of your deficiencies, by having a correct mentality. Many guys have the physical gifts, prototype everything, height, length, width. But for whatever reason, when you watch them play sometimes, it just doesn't all come together. I can personally look back to my college days where I played with guys that were some of the more talented guys, but as soon as they were challenged, or their coach yelled at them, or we ran a lot of sprints, or things just didn't go their way, they checked out. But because they were missing that one piece, they had all the physical gifts. Wingspan, height, vertical, shooting, ball handling. But when you're missing that one important piece, it makes it even harder to overcome any possible physical challenges that you may have. Having a little obsession with things that you want to accomplish is not such a bad thing when they're directed in the right way. And when I talk about obsession, that just means putting in the extra time. Being willing to put forth the effort and time that maybe others aren't. So maybe as a young prospect, you can't be a kid as much. You may not be able to hang out with your friends as much. You may not be able to play video games as much. Because in life, there are sacrifices that are needed to be made. And you have to be a little obsessive if there is something that you want to achieve, because no one's going to give it to you. And with this, there's a balancing act, knowing when to turn it off and when to turn it on. Having the mindset to know when it's time to work, it's time to work. And when it's time for fun, it's time for fun. So you don't want your sport to become your identity, so you have to be able to compartmentalize. When I'm in the gym for those few hours each day, oh, it's work time, and I'm focused on trying to be the best that I can be. But once we're off the court and it's time to be a kid again, that's just as important as well. I know currently we live in a different day and age. Things may be a little bit different from when I was growing up. But to me, winning matters. Being the best matters, or even just striving to be the best matters. I'm not one of those people that are into just playing a sport or trying to accomplish something or facing competition just to have fun. I want to win. Like someone told me a long time ago, they keep the score for a reason. You hear some people say, it doesn't matter if you win, but as long as you have fun. I'm not one of those people. They keep the score for a reason because it matters. Otherwise, we just turn the clock on and just play till everybody got tired. And this is just not on the court. In real life, it matters being the best. And the only way you can be the best is if you put in the time, even when no one's watching. See, that's the real challenge. It's having the mental toughness to keep fighting when no one's watching. It's a lot easier when coaches in practice are blowing the whistle at you, yelling at you, telling you where to be, telling you what to do, telling you what the next play is. But what are you doing when you're alone? That's the mental toughness. You can't only put in the time when people are forcing you to and someone is looking over your shoulder. How you create separation among your peers is putting in the extra when no one's watching. I know for me personally, when I was growing up, I just had a love to compete. I always wanted to win at whatever I was doing. If it's playing shooting hoops in the backyard against my brother, if we were playing Nintendo growing up, video games, I just wanted to win. And no one made me do it. I can think back to my childhood in the winter times. If it's raining outside or even if it snowed, I'd go shovel the driveway and put on my gloves and get some shots up. But the mentality to compete, the mentality to beat the person in front of you, it's as simple as that. It's not about these monumental goals. It's about what's the little task that I have today. Am I supposed to study today? Am I supposed to read 3 chapters today? That's your challenge. Am I supposed to go to the gym and get some extra shots today? That's your challenge. You have to do this day in and day out. You're not gonna miraculously get better at something just from doing it a few times. You have to just chip away at things, and then one day down the road, you'll see the improvement. Nothing's gonna be given to you. Anything you wanna accomplish and achieve in this life is gonna take sacrifice. And if you also have a love for what you're doing, a passion for what you're doing, it'll help you get through those dog days, those tough days, when you may not want to do it that day. So even if you fall short of your goals, you can always look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? I gave it my all. You never want to be one of those people that say you want to achieve a goal, say you have aspirations to do something one day, but then at the end of it, if you come up short, always have that thought in your mind, man, I could have did a little bit more. You want to take that out of the equation. You want to be able to say, whether you achieve your goal, whether you complete a task, whether you beat the person in front of you, at the end of it, you can say, I put in the time, I put in the work. It just wasn't meant to be. And no matter our skill set, we all should aspire to be an overachiever. Being an overachiever is where you start from and then where you end at. An overachiever pushes the line and accomplishes more than anyone ever imagined. So we all should aspire to be overachievers because that means you maximize and got as much out of your talent as possible. If you know someone that this channel could help, please spread the word, hit the like and subscribe button. And here at Reality Hoops, we don't just tell you what you want to hear, we tell you what you need to hear. Until next time, peace.